I wondered how they were going to make it that Argus wouldn't trust the Flash to just use the device. In retrospect, with all the bad mistakes he's made over the years, maybe Delilah has a point. Maybe I wouldn't trust him either.
Welcome to the heart of the stories we tell. My name is Rob, and tonight I will be reviewing
Flash episode 22, Infantano Street. Alright, so Barry's going to have to try to save Iris. And of course, what's his first plan? We're gonna go time traveling. Because when has that ever bitten us in the ass before? What was that you said? Every single time? Including right now, the truth of the matter is that it's a time traveling Flash that's actually the problem. Well, either way, Team Flash has to stop this from happening. And as they go about it, we have some interesting moments and the return of Leonard Snart. Let's get into details.
So once again, it's stop. Spoiler time.
Before we get too far into spoiler territory, I do want to just ask this. Is it just me, or does the plan to stop Savitar begin and end with the phrase, I won't create any speed remnants. I won't make clones of myself in order to fight Savitar. In fact, I'll just use the other speedsters I know and not create Savitar. I mean, seriously, even Cisco should be able to think that through. That's TV trope 101, but okay, so the Flash never follows my plans. So, we're going to go into how this episode goes. It starts off with them going to Lila for help, and her basically saying, nope, you can't be trusted. And just to prove exactly how bad Barry is at thinking through cause and effect, he brings up the fact that they used to have a daughter and now have a son because of him. Because why wouldn't he just try to make it worse? They need the Dominator's equipment in order to do something to power the speed cannon. So Barry runs back in time to Season 1 of Legends of Tomorrow and recruits Captain Cold. It's a brilliant plan. It takes a thief. Of course, the fact that recruiting Captain Cold and his cold gun has a lot of other uses doesn't enter into it. And the fact that he could actually go to another Earth where there's an alien that has alien technology. Right. Barry doesn't always think through cause and effect that well. Alright, so Delilah says no. Now they're going to break in. And I have to say, I kind of laugh. Back a few episodes ago, I called that they were going to use that face-changing technology in the second-to-last end season finale. Of course, I didn't call them using it to make Barry look like Lila, or the fact that they would have to do it to break into Argus. My thought was they were going to use it to make someone look like Iris, and then it wouldn't be Iris who got killed by Savitar, and allowing the time loop to be complete. But hey, fake Lila's good too, and of course gives us that whole time travel thing of bringing back Captain Cold. But alright, so, interesting Flash fact. Cisco says that they have power dampeners at Argus, which of course makes sense because we've seen that they've locked up other villains there. But those power dampeners can stop the Speed Force, which means that they already have a way of beating Savitar. I mean, seriously, if they can just say, hey, alright, instead of giving us the power source for our speed cannon, can you just set up so that no speedster can run in this street? Or how about just, can we take it and duplicate it and then go to Earth 2 and turn it on in some place so that Savitar can't super speed in? No? Something the matter with that plan too? Not complicated enough, maybe? Alright, so Flash and Captain Cold break in, and Captain Cold, as usual, steals the show. Man, I forgot how much I miss him on Legends of Tomorrow. I really liked the nice closing speech the two of them had. The whole thing where Captain Cold says why they like each other. And the fact that he gave Barry better advice than the rest of Team Flash put together. Although, I guess he has heard it a few times over the years. Be the hero. Better than ride the lightning, I guess, for this year. Now, I will still say that there are about 101 different things Barry could do to try to fight Savitar that he hasn't even tried. Not the least of which is Cisco go recruit heroes across the multiverse to do it. In fact, the best part would be if Cisco came up with that plan without telling Barry. We also then have the Killer Frost subplot. Now, for the most part, it starts off at the beginning of the episode with her talking about how Caitlin and Barry used to work together and now they are, and the fact that Savitar doesn't see her as Caitlin anymore. Well, this still irks me a little bit, the fact that they're doing it as almost a split personality. I've grown accustomed to it by now. And I have to say, Daniel Baker's acting as Killer Frost definitely is one of the high points of the show. I do have to wonder if there's a little bit of symbiosis there, though. Killer Frost and Savitar, Barry and Captain Cold, a speedster and a cold swinger, kind of just goes together. However, that's not really the important part. See, Killer Frost does have one part to play in Savitar's plan, and it's one of those things that I sit there and I go, it should have been obvious from the beginning. See, Barry against Savitar is a foregone conclusion, but Savitar can't outrun Vibe. Vibe can teleport, Vibe can come up with things that Savitar can't think of ahead of time. He needs Caitlyn. He needs Killer Frost to kill Vibe. And as this keeps going, that is exactly what the plan is. For her to call him out and be all like, come out and play. And then the fight begins, and it's Vibe versus Killer Frost. Of course, that point is just to keep Vibe away. And Barry's right. This is the one chance they have to rescue Caitlyn. They need to take it. And Savitar knew that when he set up this plan. The entire idea is to play off the fact that Barry can't not be the hero. See, even the part of Savitar that isn't comic book-like still has that little bit of master manipulator. And then, of course, we have what's going on with Harry. Because HG is super concerned that he's the one that messed up. And Cisco tries to sugarcoat it. It could have happened to anyone. But realistically, he should have known better. Even if Barry came back and said exactly what Savitar said. Hey, we've got the power source for the cannon. Where's Iris? The answer should have been, we can't tell you where Iris is. I'm sorry, but we just can't. Not until Savitar's defeated. Of course, the fact that Savitar had already planned in the Alchemist Stone was enough to counteract anything they had planned. Just proved that he was still moving 5 steps ahead. Condensed Speed Force, though, confirmed. I did call that earlier in the season when they did the measurements and couldn't figure out what it was. Although, then again, at that time I thought the armor was Condensed Speed Force as well. I guess not. So, of course, this is where they leave you on a cliffhanger. Bang. Iris is dead. Do you think that's true? Do you think that time travel shenanigans are going to have to be pulled here? Or do you think that this is actually the end of Iris's story? I mean, in the comics they are together, but who knows? They could change it. Next week's season finale is going to make me decide whether I think Barry's an actual hero or not. So stay tuned, and I'll catch you then. In the meantime, this is the week of my 52nd week of doing these videos, so happy birthday to my channel. What can you get for me? Well, you can get me a like, a share, and a subscribe if you would, because I'm still trying to build this community. And especially with shows like Flash that we really need to investigate all the little nooks and crannies, I think that we could have a grand old time. So let me know, and in the meantime, thanks for walking with me through the heart of the stories we tell. Have a good night.